This is a story about a potentially dangerous human drug experiments now being conducted on hundreds of combat vets from Iraq and Afghanistan. And not just any vets, but those diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. A 3-month investigation by ABC News and the Washington Times found the vets had been recruited for a clinical trial with the drug linked to violent psychotic behavior, even suicide, something the vets were not told until, at least in one case, it was too late.
Montgomery County 911, what is the emergency?
When James Elliott's fiancée, Tammy, called police, she told them Elliott, a former sniper in Iraq, was having a breakdown and had just left their home in suburban Washington with a loaded gun.
He's extremely unstable. He has PTSD.
Tammy was hiding in the house, afraid Elliott's Iraq nightmares had returned after months of therapy.
He was operating as if he were back in theater, in combat theater. And of course, a soldier goes nowhere without a gun.
Elliott, who says he had a few beers, taunted the police. "You going to shoot me? Shoot me." So they used a taser gun to stun him and stop what seemed like an attempt to die.
If I'd made the wrong move, I'd be dead.
What Elliott would discover only later was that the drug he and other PTSD veterans had been given, called Chantix, in a study of how to stop smoking, had been linked to violent side effects, including neuropsychiatric symptoms and suicide. But that was kept from Elliott until after his breakdown.
They never told me that I was going to be suicidal. They never told me anything except, "This will help you quit smoking."
Yet our investigation found that doctors at the VA in charge of the Chantix experiment first knew of the problem from an FDA alert on November 20th, more than 3 months before they told veterans of the risk. An astounding ethical failure, according to a leading expert, Arthur Kaplan.
How this study continued in the face of these difficulties is almost impossible to understand.
Elliott, seen here in news footage in Iraq in 2004, says after all he did fighting for the U.S., he feels betrayed and used.
Rat, lab rat, guinea pig, disposable hero.
The Veterans Administration says it moved as fast as was reasonable.
This didn't justify an emergency warning at that level.
Dr. Miles McFall says there's still no proof that Chantix caused Elliott's problem, and that there's no reason now to stop the Chantix experiment on other veterans suffering post-traumatic stress.
We decided that's not something we want to do because it would be depriving our veterans of an effective method of treatment to help them stop smoking.
So while James Elliott has quit the experiment, about 140 other veterans diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder continue to be given the drug despite the warnings of serious side effects.
Our investigation with the Washington Times found that the Chantix study is just one of some 25 the VA is carrying out using veterans suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. Chantix, by the way, is now banned for use by commercial airline pilots because of its side effects.
To do this with anyone is hard to understand, but especially war vets.
With those vets especially suffering the mental stress they have.
All right, Brian, thanks so much. And you can find more about Brian's investigation on our website at abcnews.com.
In a flash, be the first to know what's coming up on Good Morning America tomorrow with the GMA Daily Flash email. All the great insider details you want to know from GMA. Go to abcnews.com, click the GMA page, and sign up for the Daily Flash. And you can even enter to win the weekly GMA Flash gift bag giveaway. Sign up now.